views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at 260-421-1250.
Let me be your lighthouse so I can show you the way. Let me be your shining light, I'll keep you from drifting away. I'm the one that makes you try when...
Hello, and welcome to my Patty's Page TV show. My name is Patty Hunter, your host and producer. Today's special guest on Zoom is Shanna Hatfield. She's a member of Western Writers of America and Women Writing the West. We'll get into that.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you for allowing me to be here with you today.
You're welcome, and thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
I'm sure my audience would love your books and all about you as well, your career.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm excited to share some with you today.
Have I got questions for you?
All right.
Okay, where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in a tiny little farming community that's right on the Oregon and Idaho border. So that's where I spent all of my growing up years.
That's in the northeast, west.
Northeastern Oregon. Yeah. Well, actually, I was kind of in central eastern Oregon there. But yeah, they call it high desert region. So lots of sagebrush around.
Is there a prairie area or some?
Pardon?
Like the prairies?
Not really. Lots of rocky hillside. It's kind of a volcanic area. There's lots and lots of rocks and hills, and the people who farm there had to really want to do it. The farm ground wasn't always the best. I remember taking some of our farm ground out of the hill country, so we had to pick up all the rocks and take out all the sagebrush before Dad could work the ground.
Oh, my stars. How long has your family been farmers?
Forever. That goes back generations and generations. That's kind of something on my dad's side of the family, especially, always farmers. So, yeah.
We applaud the farmers for feeding us citizens here in the United States. Thank you.
We do. We owe a huge thank you to our farmers. They work so hard and they don't always get acknowledged for their hard work.
Yeah, I think they should. Because without them, we will not be able to eat, girlfriend. Oh, my stars. Meat or veggies and stuff like that there. Do you have any brothers, sisters?
I have 3 siblings. My oldest sister passed away many years ago, but I have 2 much older brothers. My nieces and nephew were closer to my age, so they were really more like my siblings.
Oh, goodness gracious, like 2 families already.
Yeah.
What school did you attend?
I attended a grade school in our little community. It was grades 1 through 8 when I went there. It was a very small school. There were 2 grades per classroom. So, and then I went to high school in our biggest town, which was our nearby little small town. I think population was around 1,000 then. So very small schools. And then I went to college at Southern Oregon University in Ashland, Oregon.
What'd you major in college?
Communications. I knew I wanted to do something in the writing world, so I got a degree in communications, and I went to work as a newspaper reporter.
I worked as a typesetter in newspaper.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Hey, more power to you. You have so much you like. So, you majored in Say it again, my
Communi-
brain.
Communications.
Communications. So, how about journalism and English and grammar and stuff like that there?
I took some English classes, but that was never something I really enjoyed. I mean, I liked the English classes. I liked the reading part, but the grammar part was never my favorite part. So um, I loved history though, and actually minored in history. So
I love grandma. She's very, oh, I shouldn't talk about her. Grandma or grandma? I don't know. When did you become interested? At what age? In high school? In writing? Doing.
I've always been interested in writing, always. I can remember writing out my first story when I was in fourth grade. My oldest brother had a pet raccoon at that time, and so I wrote this story about pet raccoon. So I just remember doing that, and I guess I've kind of been writing stories ever since then.
Are they real? No. Are they fictional? Are they real? What genre of
The
writing?
books I write, I write sweet and wholesome, historical and contemporary.
Hysterical or historical?
Historical. Well, some of them might be a little more I don't think they're hysterical, but they definitely have a humor element in them.
That's what I was getting at. You do have humor and drama and all that sort of stuff. And how many books have you been writing over the years? How many have you
My 130th book came out in December.
Last year?
And yeah,
2024.
December 24. So, yeah. And I've been writing since 2010. So,
God, blimey, it's 15 years. Same as me in being on the media.
oh, fun.
Well, we have a lot in common, kiddo. And your books, is there a running theme throughout them, like a same person?
There is. I always try to infuse hope into my books. I think the world needs more hope, and so that's a theme that I try and always include. There's always a little humor and there's always some heart in there, but hope's something that I definitely think you could say is a theme in all of my books.
Is it like therapy when you're writing these books?
Um,
Helping, like,
Sometimes yes, sometimes more so than others. Sometimes they're really heart-wrenching for me. Um, I love to write. If I could just sit and write all the time and not have to do anything else, I would be in bliss. But it is just a joy. It's a joy. It's a passion. It's my hobby. It's my career. It's everything.
where'd you
And
get
I
all these
love
creations?
it. I've always had an active imagination, and so it's never been hard for me to come up with story ideas. So yeah, it's really fun.
I am forever asking questions. When I was a wee lassie, I was tearing apart a Kleenex. You look at it, my dad thought I was being destructive, tearing apart. Mom watched me. She says, "You're curious about everything, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah." I was a shy little mutt, but I was always curious.
Hmm. That's a great thing to be.
And how many sets or sequels of books have you written, and what are they? What are they really?
I've written a total of 20 different series. Some of them have like 4 books in the series, and one of them has 13 books in the
Dang,
series. So
that's a healthy number.
yes, but every single book I've written you could read as a standalone. I tell people that like there aren't cliffhangers, there aren't, you don't have to keep going. You could even start in the middle of a series and not be entirely lost. But the thing that I like to do is like the characters you meet in the first book, you might meet up with them again in the third book, in the seventh book, in the 10th book. So it's fun because the characters start to feel like family. And so you get to just check in on those family members you love and see how they're doing in all the books. So
You also have recipes online on
I
computer.
do.
Do you have
Um,
a paperback?
I have the recipes on my website. I don't have them in paperback. I do have one book. It's a hardback, like a coffee table kind
Oh,
of book
okay.
that has a bunch of my recipes in it, and it's called The Cowboy Christmas.
Ah,
And that one has a lot of my recipes. I do have their digital books that are called Savvy Entertaining, and they're by season. So they're spring, summer, autumn, and Christmas. And they have a lot of recipes in there too. And I always put a recipe at the back of my books. It's just fun to think about, oh, what recipe would these characters enjoy or cook or whatever. So
so what's your fave recipe? They're all good.
one of my favorites, because I love to bake way more than I like to cook. So one of my favorites is it's a flourless chocolate cake, and it's easy to make, and it's just decadent. It's so good. That's one of my favorites.
Is milk chocolate or dark chocolate?
It has more of a dark taste to it, and it's really rich.
And
So
love.
a little bit'll do you. Don't
I
need a very big piece of it.
understand dark chocolate is not as sweet.
Yes.
Diabetic
Yeah.
can eat that.
It can have a little bitter to it. Yeah. Yeah.
Just like the Aztecs.
Yeah.
Your website, what is it? How can we contact you for anything? All on your website? What is that?
Yeah, if readers wanted to go to shannahatfield.com, you can pretty much find whatever my books, my blog, my recipes, how to get in touch with me. It's really easy to get in touch with me that way. Um, or you can look for me on social media, Facebook, Instagram.
Hmm.
Uh,
So how you spell your first name? S-H Shanna
yes,
and
yes.
Hatfield. Hatfield.
Yep, you got it.
You're not the Hatfield and McCoys, are you?
My husband says we're not. I
I
don't know if he is or not related. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure somewhere down the family tree they're probably all related, but yeah. And I don't know any McCoys either, so
you don't want to know. I'm sorry. I had to do that. It was just blaring out at me. I had to say that. So, so other sites like Amazon, you mentioned it, right? To buy your books.
oh yeah, you can find them Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Apple. And if you can't find what you want in your local bookstore or library, they can sure order them in for you. It's real easy for them to do that.
And if you want it autographed, you have to go through your website to ask for.
Yes, they can reach me through my website and just tell me what book you want, and then we can go from there.
You have a ton of them, girlfriend. I couldn't decide which one to look at personally, you know. Gee, you're on my stars. You are very creative.
Oh, thank you.
I love writing. My grammar, she ain't too lousy, but that's okay. So, read a book. Help a Cowboy. Was this a charity of some sort?
It is. Back in 2013,
Mhm.
I was doing some research for a book about a rodeo cowboy, and that's when I first learned about the Justin Cowboy Crisis Fund. And so I decided that I wanted to support that. And so I started the Read a Book, Help a Cowboy campaign.
Mhm.
So every year from October 1st through Christmas Eve, I donate 10% of my net proceeds to the Justin Cowboy Crisis Fund, and that's on all my book sales, whether it's digital or ebook or paperback, hardback, all of them.
You have audio?
Yes, I
Audio.
do. Yeah, I do have audiobooks. Yeah.
Thank the Lord, because people like me have trouble concentrating or reading. My brain goes fast. Cat, if you come over here, I'll smack you. Cat's trying to climb over to my computer. I know you. That's Angus. He's Abyssinian. Beautiful cat. Looks like a dark chocolate Siamese eyes. Anyways, let's go. Mm. So, Justin Cowboy Crisis Fund, like we said, is a non-profit organization.
It is. They are totally nonprofit, and what they do is they provide monetary assistance to rodeo athletes who have sustained catastrophic injuries and they can't compete for a while because when they can't compete, they're not earning anything. So instead of having to worry about paying their rent or buying groceries or whatever, they can just focus on healing. So I just think it's an amazing organization. And 100% of your donations go straight to the fund. It doesn't get filtered out through admin fees or whatever. So it's another reason I really, really like the organization.
You were doing it again this year, and where?
I am. It'll start in October 1st,
Yeah.
will be when the 2025 campaign kicks off.
So if anyone wants to join up with you to buy your books for the Justin Cowboy Crisis Fund, they go to your website, right?
And do it through my website. They can buy them Amazon, anywhere they buy them. It all counts towards the bottom line.
So what other charities do you do, or is just that the only thing?
That's my main one. That's the one I mostly support is the Justin Cowboy Crisis Fund.
You're going on tour this year?
I am not, but I will be in Las Vegas in May for the Book Lovers Con convention.
Oh.
So I'm looking forward to having the opportunity to meet readers there.
Wish you come here. A lot of people love books. Yeah, big library.
Oh, fun.
So, what else is on your agenda?
Mostly just writing more books. It's what I love to do the most. So
Is there
I
anyone coming
just
out now? A new
pardon?
release? Is there a new release coming out now?
I don't have any new ones coming out till hopefully the end of February. So that'll kick off the new releases for this year. My books are very much about the characters, and sometimes the setting becomes an additional character in my stories.
Mm.
They're big on family. They're, like I said before, very much filled with hope. Don't ever give up hope, and they have humor, and there's always those heartwarming and sometimes heart-wrenching moments in them. A set that just came out before Christmas. It was a multi-generational series. So
Oh,
it starts in the late 1800s and there's 4 books and the 4th book is a contemporary story. So I love to write these books that follow a family. So it's the same family, but you get to see how life changes as the generations progress. So just stories like that I love to do. I love to write when I can incorporate historical elements. One of my favorite series that I've been working on is set in World War One, and that
ah,
is just such an interesting time to research.
my dad went through the Second World War as a navigator in the not spy, what do you call it? Not a spy plane, looking for U-boats
Okay.
over the English Channel.
Wow. Well, I appreciate his service very much.
We weren't an army brat, but we stayed in one area when we were growing up. So my dad left after the war, and he traveled all around Canada. Met my mom in Alberta.
Okay.
from Toronto. He was that traumatized by the war. His buddies, he was originally from Montreal, Quebec. They went to the war, him and his friends. Only 2 out of 10 came back. And he was traumatized. And he traveled all over the place, not knowing where to go. Even shock, And then when he met my mom, she kind of grounded him,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She was German, but
Okay.
yeah, but over in Canada though. So she was blacklisted, her and her family, because they were German.
Okay.
And the only way she could get a job during the Second World War was to have a friend where she was working her boss.
It was a hard time in history, very hard time.
I'm not afraid to admit it. Yeah. Anyways, would you write about World War II or just
I do have a World War II series as well. Yes, I do. The first one in that one is Garden of Her Heart, and it's probably one of my favorite books that I've written.
Mhm. I love that type of style of writing and all that sort. How about the future? Do you write about the future?
I don't really. Present day is as far forward as I go.
That's enough. Oh, there. So, what else are you doing in 2025, your agenda?
Mostly just writing. I'm kind of a homebody, so I love to just be home and write. That's what I really, really love to do, and I feel very blessed that I get to do that.
I know. So do I. Most of my work is on Zoom. Before COVID, I was doing always at the library where the TV Access Fort Wayne TV station is. But when COVID came, that kind of mucked things up. I had COVID 6 times.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. That's terrible.
So that's why I didn't go out for a dog's age.
Yeah.
Did you have COVID?
Knock on wood, not that I know of.
That was rough. So my husband got it. He gave it to me the last one. I said, thank you, Bob. Keep it in the family.
Right?
What would you like to share with my audience, getting towards the end of the show, dear?
Well, I'm just so grateful for this opportunity, and I just adore my readers. So thank you to them if any of them are watching. And I just wish everyone a new year full of joy, hope, laughter, and love.
And also, I didn't get a chance to ask, did you get any awards or certifications or some recognition with your books?
I
How
have
about that?
had, I have been very honored to receive several different awards. I've had a Spur Award. I've won Will Rogers Award. Um, I actually have a Romantic Times Review Award for Garden of Her Heart that I mentioned earlier. Um, Trying to think what other awards I've had. Those are the ones that are popping up in my mind this morning. So, and it is such a huge honor. Every award means so much to me. Oh, the Willow Literary Award was one I was very, very thrilled to receive 2 years ago. So,
Wow,
yeah,
I'm happy for you. Thank you.
thank you.
Do you want to turn any of your books into a movie?
I would love to see that someday. I think there's
Hallmark,
some translate really well to the screen. So someday I hope that's a possibility.
Hall of Fame, or no, what is it called?
Hallmark.
Hallmark. Would you try
Yes.
Hallmark or something?
Yes. Yeah, they would They'd make some great Hallmark movies.
Go ahead. Get their interest because I've interviewed other people who've had their books turned into, and I think you got the stuff, the right
Oh, thank
stuff.
you. That's so kind of you to say. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. Shanna, many thanks for coming on to my show. Thank you, Shanna. Shanna,
Thank you.
Godspeed, my love, until we meet again. You're always in my heart and every dream. Don't let this time apart give in to all our fears. God will keep us close from up above. So until we meet again, Godspeed, my love. God is with us always and for the rest of all our